Hello guys, Detroit88 back with another episode of Let's Play OpenTTD. Now in the last episode we finally got trains, so that'll help us out a lot in the long run. The only bad part about trains right now is unfortunately we have a lot of hills, so they're going to be slow. Now I know one thing someone commented about in the last video is that I have everything in British pounds. I'm going to change that over to USD, so then every time I say dollars, everyone isn't getting mad at me, because apparently I can't read. This is a common issue, but I can't read, so we'll just go ahead and go with it. Now I think our best bet is going to be, what do we got? We can even this area out here, because I think evening out this area for the train is going to help us out the most in the long run, because we'll be able to make the money quicker. Because if you notice now, if we speed this up a little bit, go ahead and let him go. And he takes forever to get up all those hills, so we need to try and fix that. And we do have a loan. We can take out more in a loan now, so that'll help us. Now, one thing to do. I thought I saw a forest somewhere over here, but I could be wrong. Okay, so we only had one vehicle with negative profit last year. We have these two forests here. Let's see what else. So pretty much we're going to let him go. We're going to wait till about 300 until we get almost all the way to the point where we can pay off debt. So right about now, as soon as you're over that, we're going to go ahead and even this section out, because I think it's about $300,000 to even that section out. That's what I'm guessing. So we are 11 grand in the green, at least at this point. So we're going to go ahead and do from here to here. If we go ahead and even that out, $253,000, so it's pretty close. Go ahead and refix that. Up to there, up to there. So now we got that section of the train tracks solved, or at least evened out for now. This part, I'm thinking we'll hold off for a little bit, just because there's so much of this to even out. We might be able to do this part here eventually, but at this point I think it'd be more beneficial to just keep paying off the loan and see how far we can get there. Now, are there any other industries we can connect? We could do a farm here into something, and then we also have these oil wells that we can run into here. That doesn't seem like a bad idea. Let's see, is there a way? How much would it cost for us to fund an industry? Let's see, forest is going to be about $19 million. So we're only short a lot of that. The bank doesn't require anything. Is there another coal mine or something we can pull into here? Because we already got two, I know. It's just sort of looking for ways to make profit right now. That train is doing okay considering its conditions. Alright, so we're only about 60,000 from paying that off. The only reason I sped that up is because it's a little slow watching some of this stuff go. So we will continue on. Now, if we go to here, we're roughly making probably 115 crates of goods per month. It probably goes up and down based on what our trees produce. That's sort of the law of supply and demand. If one of the supplies decrease, demand will go up. Well, actually, that's just sort of chain of supply. That's more what I mean. So, for instance, if this goes down, if this production goes down, means that less paper is produced, thus meaning less goods are produced. As you can see, that already changed. They made about 50 crate of goods last month. Now, one thing we can do to maybe make more money would be to take these goods here and transport them out into cities. Now, this city is at about 1,000 and it is growing, so that helps. I don't know if it's going to be able to handle the amount of goods we have, but right now, since we don't have the money too much for trains, pretty much the only cities we have access to are Greatminster, Meswich, Dadchurch, Dodwich, Elberstroke Common, and Runningdore. I don't think I'm forgetting any of those, and maybe into Pleadgrove. Those are sort of the immediate cities we can probably hit with road vehicles. These would be a little extreme, considering their distance, just as this guy would be a little extreme. Now our next, I think the closest city when I was looking around one of these times was probably Dunditch. So that's the biggest city we have locally in this area, because otherwise Frundale would be the next closest. So these three areas, Frundale, Arberstroke, and Dunwich, are all cities. So if we did put bus systems in there, they'd grow faster, which sort of helps. Now, as of right now, we are $35,000 in the green. So that helps us a lot. We could probably go for evening this guy out. I'm going to let him get to the end of the track, and then we'll even him out. Now, if I remember right, I don't think it's till 1959 that we get the next train, because in this biome, you only have one train you have access to right away, at least as far as steam trains go, and then it goes right into diesel. So we're going to go ahead and even all this stuff out. And that should hopefully increase our flow of traffic here. Alright, so next would be you. So what we're going to do is we're going to borrow all the money we can. And we're going to repay $20,000 just in case we run out of money. So then we have, actually we'll repay 40. So if, for instance, we run out of money while evening this out, we still have the money for train tracks. Now that did cost us about 30,000 or so. So to do the rest of this is going to be about $41,000. I can accept that, at least for now, because we did get a lot of this evened out. Alright, and we don't have the money right now to handle that. So we're going to go ahead and borrow some more, because that should give us enough to repay all this. Now we only have one train running right now, so I'm not really going to worry about signals too much, because as of right now it's just sort of extra money that we're going to be using. Now these guys, they closed, so there goes our oil production area, or oil collector in the area, which doesn't help us. What else could we do? We could look over this way and see what there is. I'm not sure why this farm has only one field, but it has only one field. It's got this massive down area in here. So I assume when it snows, this is probably all snow covered in this area, for the most part. We're in June right now, so most of the snow is not going to be here. So if we go ahead and fast forward, we did just lose that industry. We should be able to even this out now. Alright, so that's going to be about $2 million. So I think our next bet is probably going to be building tunnels through here. So if we bring you up and you up, Can we build a tunnel through here? We can, but it's going to be $95,000, which doesn't help too much. So now we could build into here as far as tunnels. The only reason I don't like the super long tunnels is because of how much it requires in money. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the train tracks over this, and for right now we're going to run into here and into here like that, just so we don't mess around with our production over here at the trains at all. And then when he goes up the hill, he's going to take a massive speed deduction. So the tunnel is going to be beneficial in the long run. Instead of spending $2 million to not build a tunnel, or $2 million just to even that out, tunnels are probably going to be needed. Alright, so now we have this tunnel here. So I'm actually going to bring you over, and you're going to go away. So there's that. And we could probably leave this that way, just so we don't have an issue with trains running into each other. So instead of having to build two tunnels, one would work for now, just because we don't really have that many trains running over the track. So we'll go ahead and re-add in signals, which they end about there. And this should be a much more efficient way to get trains through here. Alright, so we got that sort of solved. Now if we go back over here, yep, that's the reason there's no farmland in here, because this is all in hills, or all in snow in the winter. And I think we can do that with water too, because, yeah, you can run rivers up on hills and stuff, and dams, or not the dams, the locks. And that could be another way of transport we could get around with. But right now, this is all on even ground, so that was my primary concern. Let's see, road vehicles, what can we do with you? We don't really have a way to increase this production unless we pull from wood over here. What we could do is we could run these guys into here and just sort of leave them all out here by themselves. That'd be one option. But how much do vehicles cost now? They're about $20,000, okay? So we're going to wait until we get a lot of money built up to do anything with those. The other thing that wouldn't be a bad idea is maybe with our trains we could run a train from over here with wheat into this station here. Because right now, yeah, we don't really have too much for wheat production there. Although trains are going to be more expensive now. So we almost have about $200,000 we could use. So I think adding on to our train system is going to be beneficial. Alright, yeah. We'll rotate you, and bring you in here. That's not too far off. So what we'll do is we'll run a train track from here all the way out to here. And this is going to be another one of those instances where the Train isn't exactly in the best position right away, but I think we have enough money we could probably wait a couple years, or at least over a couple years, with the production from this one here. Alright, not quite. And the land is sloped in the wrong direction for putting that in here. So if we bring you up here, let's say for instance, here we go. We can run that into there. Okay, there's a signal there, that's why. Alright, so we can run that into here. Alright, so there's that intersection sort of solved. It's pretty close to the station here, unfortunately, but I think it'll work out. And I'll have to do the regular signal here. Nope, I want this one. Alright, you want to face that way, you'll face this way, just like we'll have one this way. That goes like that. And we'll have this one here. So now it's just a matter of sort of adding in signals. And there we go. Add it right around the bend here. And this is a pretty steep hill to start out with, so I don't feel too comfortable with that. But we could do like what we did with the other train and build in sort of like a tunnel system, I'm thinking. Alright, there we go. Now we'll have to add in some of the depots in here. One there, and probably here. Now to get this train made, we may have to wait a little bit. Yeah, because that alone is more than what we have in money right now. So we'll go ahead and fast forward this a little bit. And how much are cars roughly? About 5,000, okay. So we'll wait till about 120,000. We still have some extra money, so that helps. Alright, you're going to go from here over to here, and you're going to fully load. There's that. Now we have made some money this year already from one train load, so hopefully we can get that fixed, because you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 400 meters in height. And to get back down to that level, you're looking about here. So we're going to go ahead and have to create to probably about 250-ish. So we're looking about here is probably where we'd add a tunnel. So that's not going to be most beneficial, but it should help. Although right now we are making enough money to keep stuff going. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to expand this out this way eventually, so that we can get into the wood here and then transport that into this station, or this area. And then that sort of unlocks these cities for us because we'd have another area to put products into, in essence. Got a lot of road vehicles, because the road vehicles alone are making about $431,000 a year, as to where the train is only making about 20 to 40,000. So that doesn't help us out too much, but I think I'll end the episode here. So as always, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any ideas for any other games you want me to play, please leave those below in the comments. Also, please go ahead and like the video if you like it. Also, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode.